All right, everybody. We got another scary story. Another scary story, y'all. Instagram model stalked and killed by OnlyFans follower. A lot of these stories don't get put out as much, but in this video, I will be taking up for women. I get it. I get why y'all want to just give the Instagram. Y'all don't want to get y'all number out. Y'all just want to give a Snapchat. I get it. It's a filtering process, you know? And it's smart. But how smart can you be? You know, when it comes to money, I mean, a lot of people don't view money as the end all be all, so they'll do anything to get whatever they need to get. And if it takes spending a lot of money tricking, they'll do that. And hey, we got the crazy story of Mercedes Morr. Let's already like this. Twisted Crime, shout out to you. This is the first time we're reacting to your videos on here. It says Mercedes Morr was stalked and killed by one of her 2.6 million Instagram followers for a reason that isn't really clear to anyone till date. What the? Miss Morr was killed in her house by an unknown man who some believed had sent her a lot of money, but others believe he was just a stalker who wanted the beautiful Instagram model all to himself. All right, Mercedes-Benz, we need to hear more.
This is the story of Mercedes Morr, who was stalked and killed by one of her 2.6 million Instagram followers for a reason that isn't.
Did anybody know her? Did anybody know this chick? I mean, did anybody know her? Let me know in the comments if any of y'all knew this chick on Instagram. I don't know how recent this was.
Miss Morr was killed in her house by an unknown man.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. He spent his last to get to her.
Believed had sent her a lot of money, but others believed he was just a stalker who wanted a beautiful Instagram model all to himself. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes.
What up?
Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
We begin with a Grammy Award-winning artist way to honor a Houston Instagram model who was killed.
Houston.
Drake dedicated his album Certified Lover Boy to Miss Mercedes Morr.
What? Drake? I mean, I'm not surprised. Drake. Come on. Really? So you was with the certified... Okay.
The 33-year-old, whose real name is Janae Gagne, was strangled.
She's 33.
Based on this story, we will be traveling to the city of Houston, Texas. Houston is the fourth largest city in the United States and home to the famous Space Center.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Inspiring museums and beautiful green spaces, complete with a
I didn't know that. Y'all knew that?
the heart of the city. Mercedes Morr, originally known as Janae Gagne, was someone who grew up with an interesting social life. She was said to formerly be a dancer, but later decided to be an influencer and model as that became really popular.
Because she realized how many messed up shit was happening to dancers and bottle girls and, you know, women in the service industry. She realized. So she's like, you know what? Let me do my own thing. Cool. But not always does that, you know, not come with a price.
She came from a very nice family. She has also been known to be associated with celebrities of the likes of Drake and Cardi B.
Oh,
Her
wow.
dad and mom were really nice people. She has a very pretty sister too called London.
Oh, wow.
According to some sources, Miss Morr had a platform where men who liked her would donate money to her, just for liking what they see. Some men believe they should have access to any lady who they donate money to at a particular point of the non-romantic relationship, which can make the situation very dangerous sometimes.
I mean, can you blame them, though? Can you blame them? Because like I said in the beginning, some people view money as the end-all, be-all. Some don't. Or some may say that they do, but they really don't. Some may say they don't, but they really do. This is a dude that might have said, oh, I'll spend all the money on you, girl. I love you. I rock with you. I follow you. I support you. I this, I that. And he probably gave a lot of thousands This dude alone probably paid at least like 6 months worth of her rent. No bullshit. No bullshit.
That would be the case of 34-year-old Kevin Acorto, who
34.
felt used and neglected.
He was
According to
used.
some unconfirmed reports, Kevin...
But I will say this though, a lot of chicks don't make it known because the money that is coming in. A lot of chicks don't let it be known, like with the sugar daddies and, you know, these tricks that you know what I'm saying? This ain't that and this ain't this. You know, we're gonna leave it right here. It's not gonna go any further. Da 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 da. If you got problems with that, you can just go on. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. If that's what it's gonna come with, da da da. Like, they don't let it be known because the money and the security, the financial security that comes with the money, they like that, and the attention and the validation.
Had been sending Miss Morr money and was expecting some sort of reward from it, which he did not receive. So Kevin decided to take matters into his hands. On August 29th, Kevin would find his way from Florida to Houston, Texas, where Miss Morr lived in a well-gated and secured community. He stalked her for a good amount of time and was able to finally pinpoint her apartment. He would then make his way into the so-called gated...
But how do you do that? How do you... Okay, all right, whatever. I'm asking.
To finally pinpoint her apartment.
That's
he would
really
then
weird.
Make his way into the so-called gated community without much stress, and then into Miss Morr's apartment, where he was able to get hold of Miss Morr. Not much is known about what transpired between both of them indoors, but it would be later discovered that Miss Morr had been strangled to death in her apartment by Kevin. Miss Morr's father, having not heard from his daughter all weekend, which he said was unlike her, rushed to her home on Sunday to find her dead body after he broke down her front door.
We keep her private. Nobody, not even her real friends, really knew her name. I've moved my daughter 3 times just because of my insecurities and the freeze, of course, but she didn't have friends by her house. I know my daughter, and when I got to my daughter's house, and it was locked up, and she's not answering my phone, which is not like her, I knew something was up, so I didn't hesitate to kick the door down. And what I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through.
Wow!
That's the first thing. The second thing is,
wow,
which is even more hurtful.
I was used for
Upon
money.
getting inside, he would find her daughter dead. Thinking she fell down the stairs,
Damn,
he went up the stairs only to find an unknown man in some kind of distress.
And he was
said to be twitching and gurgling when found. That man was later identified as Kevin Acorto. Police were called to the scene, and they would discover on the wall, written in Miss Morr's lipstick, confession of his love, apologies, and professed love for Miss Morr. Also some comments looking like the reason why he has done what he did, along with some that had nothing to do with the crime.
See, this is another thing. This is another case of a delusional, psychotic ass dude who is infatuated with these cartoon, fake ass storylines that come from Tinkerbell and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But you want to... I'm sorry to the London, like her little sister.
Apologizing
or the landlord. The landlord.
Messing up his house.
This is...
And then, a very important one, mentioning how she made me think she liked me but wore a ring from another man.
Oh,
Most
wow.
likely Kevin was referring to this video she posted on her Instagram page.
And you just so damn dumb.
Mystery still surrounds an Instagram model's murder in Richmond. Tonight, her millions of followers are still asking why. Our Grace White is back on the case tonight and has more details. Grace?
Richmond.
What makes this case so complex is social media. Janae Gagne's family says she didn't know the man who killed her. Now police are poring over her millions of followers.
Yeah, because he was just a trick to her. He was just a trick. And she was just enticing him to spend more money on her. I'm not taking his side. Don't go there. I'm not taking his side. What I am saying is, you gotta dead it. You gotta set the boundary and then end anything that comes after that. If you step further than this, that's done. It's wraps. It's over with.
To to try to find
I
him.
wonder how much money he was
Did
getting.
you recover any weapons, any guns, any knives? Did you recover anything from the crime scene?
I don't want to release what we have or have not recovered. I will tell you there was no shooting involved.
Motive
Wow.
is still the
He
biggest
did it all
mystery
with his
murder of
hands.
Instagram model Miss Mercedes Morr. The 33-year-old was found strangled to death in her Richmond apartment Sunday. The man identified as the suspect, 34-year-old Kevin Accordo from Florida.
What about his car? Do you know how he got here?
15-hour drive.
Did you recover a car?
15-hour drive from Miami to Houston. That he had to think about this and dissect it, and he still went with it, bro. He still went with it. He still.
That is information. That is information that is part of the case that I won't release. It has to do with tracking him from how he got to Texas.
Another question police are still trying to answer: how did he get in? There were no signs of forced entry, and it's a gated complex. Somehow, though, he found a way in.
He went behind the
You have to
car.
understand those apartments. You can enter 3 different ways: through the garage, through the back door, through the front door. So it makes it difficult to understand.
But police in the small town
That's a very nice area.
to get answers in what's been the highest profile murder case they've seen in years.
There will be closure for the family. Before this case ends, there will be closure for the family.
We asked police about restraining orders and if this suspect
Ah.
had a criminal history. So far, they've found none of that. Police did tell us they've been in touch with this man's family in Florida and hope to learn more about his motive.
She was as sweet with them as she is with us. She took care of people. She's just a sweetheart. And my baby's gone from a tragic event that didn't have to happen. And it's just dangerous.
Fort Bend County Medical Examiner ruled Miss Moor's death a homicide by way of strangulation and traumatic
He
concussion.
did it with his hands.
According to them, they were not certain if Kevin was part of her Instagram followers or part of other social media accounts with sizable followings that she controlled, including those on Facebook, OnlyFans, Snapchat, and Twitter. Police was also not
She
sure
was going
how
crazy
Kevin
on all
managed to not
platforms.
only locate Miss Moore's personal residence but also gain entry to the gated apartment complex that only has 3 ways to get in: the garage, the back door, and the front door, with none of them showing evidence of forced entry. That still remains a mystery. After her death was reported, there was a lot of rumors going viral.
People are playing with people's lives. Will come back to you.
Online. There are a growing number of gossip websites and social media accounts.
Dude killed her because he felt used. Wrote on the wall, "She made me think she liked me, but wore a ring from another man." Who is this talking? Oh, the blog website? Or is this dude like leaving little...
Suggested without proof that Kevin was Miss Moore's financial daddy. Those unsubstantiated reports were subsequently discredited by her family members.
News stories and calls and everything started popping up without reaching out to the parents, without reaching out for information. And it went from false accusations of HIV or COVID to other things, and nobody even reached out to talk to us. So when I was contacted, I'm here to set the story straight. Let everybody know what happened. Janae was very loved, and she's probably loved more than we would have thought of. I knew my daughter had a large following, and I knew she had some friends that, you know, in not high places, but friends that were influential. I didn't know all the love that she had.
But did you know what she did, my brother? Did you know what she did? And I know he old school. I could tell he old school. I know it. He is pretty traditional. So not really he wouldn't get it like that. Let's just put it like that. He wouldn't really get it. But do you know what she did though?
And hopefully we're able to, you know, give her a memorial or do something for her in a way everybody is happy with, and everybody will be able to have closure.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
Just
Really.
want to respect
Like fully, I don't think he did.
respectful service. Again, she's a human being, and we just were not wanting to see the disrespectful comments that were on social media. It was horrific.
Now, the family of an Instagram model who was killed is now speaking out. We first told you about the death of Miss Mercedes Morr yesterday.
Authorities say her body was found in her apartment in Fort Bend County, along with the body of a man who killed her on Sunday. And now her family has come forward to share their heartbreak as they search for answers following this disturbing discovery. KPRC2's Jacob Rascone live in Richmond tonight with the new details. Jacob?
When was this, y'all?
They hadn't heard from her for a couple days, so they showed up here to the apartment complex. When no one answered when the dad knocked, he kicked the door in and said he found his daughter there on the floor, already deceased, and her killer upstairs with a knife in him, still alive.
That's insane.
To her parents and other family and friends, 33-year-old Jaden Gagne was so much more
Look at
than
her mom.
an Instagram model.
Aren't they all?
Just like she had a few million followers, that's all fine and good. But she was a person, and we miss her a lot.
Searching us out to get the facts. Janae was loved, funny, goofy, crazy as hell. I know, and I shouldn't say that about my daughter, but that's my daughter.
2.6 million
crazy,
Instagram knew her as Mercedes
I want more.
Moore. What happened
That's
on
a
Sunday
nice,
was the family's
that's a nice
worst
website
nightmare.
name.
Attacked, they say,
Sketchy.
by a stalker.
How this guy found her, I don't know, but me walking in and finding my daughter and finding him,
Bro.
Something that a parent should never bear.
She's very cautious about her surroundings. Unfortunately, someone basically was stalking and killed my baby.
Police say Kevin Accordo lived in Florida and did not know Janae. His only criminal record, traffic violations.
It does hurt as a parent to know you're bearing your child before, you pass away.
Feeling as a father that you can't protect your daughter and something happens like this?
Janae was just a light, to be honest, and not just outside of the home, but she was very protective of me, protective of her dad, and she just was always the sweetest thing.
Damn,
Exactly
bro.
how the suspect got here from Florida, got in the house, found her, all of that we still do not know.
Gotta be aware, y'all. You gotta be aware. And this is also one thing I want to tell you guys, man. If y'all got any siblings, even yourself, okay? But if you got any little siblings, little brothers, little nieces, nephews, sisters, cousins, some of y'all out there might be a little older, got some sons and daughters, all right? Monitor what they watch and consume on social media. Because there may be somebody they're talking to over Roblox, okay, that it may seem like a girl, but it's not. It may seem like they're around the same age, but they're not. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna say, "Yeah, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I stay this. I got an older sister. Yeah, I got a dog. Send pictures outside the house." It happens that fast. Sending pictures. Oof. And it ain't nothing to go on Google. New Orleans, Louisiana. Put a little picture. And do the Google map thing, and you could literally just zoom through the street, zoom back up and down, get a whole, airspace view. This stuff is wild, man. This stuff is wild.
From the home today, and they're currently
monitor what they're doing, bro.
Family and friends held a vigil on her behalf.
That's just
tonight. Dozens of friends and family members of 33-year-old Houston area influencer Jaden Gagne gathered at Terry Hershey Park to say goodbye. Police say the woman was murdered late last month by a man who somehow got into her apartment and strangled her. Our Matt Doherty was at the vigil with the story.
This shocking murder is still very much a mystery to so many of the people who showed up to the vigil tonight. The social media influencer known online as Miss Mercedes Morr had millions of followers. They included celebrities such as Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Drake. In fact, Drake dedicated his new album to the model today. TMZ reports Cardi B has been invited to Gagne's celebration of life service tomorrow. At tonight's vigil,
They were that
she
cool?
with her parents.
She just was so happy and so funny and just so loving, and she just
More
loved to
life.
Right. It
joke
would be all
around.
about her.
Yeah.
More life. It's pretty witty. And then that's the Drake album. Go figure, right?
As it is.
We
as
wouldn't
it
be up
should
here. It would be all about you.
As it should be. As it should.
I like how they making it like this though, you know? That's so horrific. But I like how they doing their best to make it, you know?
That's about her. And again, we're going to remember that amazing spirit,
That's
that
right.
funny laugh, that
That's
4'11" body, but that 8 foot tall, you know,
Personality.
experience that we all got. So I appreciate her and love her, and we'll miss her forever and ever. Ever and ever.
Richmond police have released a few details on the murder so far.
I just got
However,
chills. Y'all got chills?
34-year-old Florida man
Where is he at?
strangled Gagne. They have not said what they believe was the motive for the crime.
Give a damn about no
Family
motive,
members
man. Give
and
him
friends
life.
shared their
Without parole.
tears
Who is
and their
that? Where is he
memories of a
at?
life that was taken far too soon.
There is an ongoing investigation to determine a motive in the case at this point.
Give a damn!
Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Jenna Gagnier. We hope the desired conclusion of her family is reached soon enough. Please stay safe and see you guys in the next video.
Give a damn, bro. Life without parole. Figure that out later. Well, I mean, I'm sure he's locked up, of course, but motive, man. Take y'all too goddamn slow. Y'all need to hit up Law and Order, SVU. They gonna figure that shit out. Figure that shit out in 48 hours, goddamn. Olivia and Detective Vincent gonna be on that thing, and Ice-T. Come on, man, y'all tripping. What's my boy named Nick on SVU? Shout out to all my Law and Order watchers out there, man. I can watch Law and Order all day and all night. But now I like this channel though. Salute to Twisted Crimes. We're gonna check out them a lot more. When was this? Was made 8 days ago, but like when was this? Like what year? Because I mean, if Drake made Certified Lover Boy around her, then what was that in 2021? Yeah, that was 2021 going into 2022, right? Let me check real fast. Certified Lover Boy. Wait, no. Date. 2021. Okay, yeah. So, wow, that was... Sheesh, man. And then what? More Life. More Life was a while after that. Yeah, man. Hey!